Hello, and welcome to my predictions for Saturday night's main event. Let's get into it. First off, let's start with Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi. Now, this is a very interesting one because realistically, I can see Obafemi beating Cody Rhodes, but the question lies, does Triple H have the balls to do it? Because you look at Cody as kind of the new John Cena, the new face of the company, and it will be a tough decision to have them lose to a newer, younger guy. But I don't think that they're going to do it. I think Cody's going to win here, but Oba looking incredibly strong. I think what should happen after this is Obafemi losing the NXT title, probably to Ricky Saints now he's just turned heel, or maybe even Tony D. Then at the Rumble, Oba enters quite early on in the match, has a good show in to the end. Then he should get eliminated by a Brock Lesnar or a Drew McIntyre, and then have a feud with them leading up to Mania. I feel like Oba has to be called up sometime soon. He's way too good for the NXT roster and should be fighting more experienced people. Bayley versus Soul Rucker is quite an interesting one to me. They both have kind of their own stuff going on. Their separate feuds and all that is a bit all over the place. But this will certainly make up for a decent match. I feel like Bayley will be more than up for losing in this match, and I do think that's going to happen. There should also be a reason for Bayley to turn heel in the future, because they have been teasing that recently. She'll become more selfish and then maybe have a feud with Lyra Valkyria. Soul Rucker, on the other hand, I do feel should be getting called up soon. She is certainly talented, and I'm sure she will be thrown straight into the women's mid-card title. But yeah, for this one, I'm going to go with Soul Rucker for the win. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Now this will be insanely good. All four of these men I absolutely love. They're incredible in the ring. Now I have mentioned previously that Leon Slater had to pull out of 2 indie shows just for this match, which is quite unfortunate, so it's not exactly ideal. But you can't really blame the guy. He's talked about AJ Styles being one of his wrestling heroes. I mean, Styles isn't going to be sticking around for too much longer, and being given a match on the same show as John Cena's retirement match is something you can't really refuse. Now, with the match itself, I can see it going either way, but I think Styles and Dragon Lee are going to go and pick up the win. I think both Slater and Javon are going to be very close to getting the win. Then maybe it can lead to them both blaming each other on NXT. Then maybe even start a feud, because I feel like they're both single stars. They shouldn't be teaming up, and I don't think it's going to last too long. Then, of course, we have John Cena versus Gunther, which apparently is supposed to be opening the show. Now, I think that's a very stupid decision. Hopefully, that isn't the plan. And if it is, they should definitely change that as soon as possible. I am pretty excited for this. I'm glad they did go with Gunther as his last opponent. It was the right decision. Now, similar to all the matches on this show, it can go either way. I feel that Cena is just doing what he's told during this last run, and he wouldn't mind winning or losing here. But I'm going to go with a Gunther win. He said a lot about making him give up by making him tap, but I don't think he's going to tap. I think he's just going to pass out in the end. So Gunther don't get that satisfaction of making him give up in his last match. So I feel like that's going to be the finish. Then at the end of the match, Cena's going to get a big standing ovation from the crowd, obviously. Maybe some of his biggest rivals coming out, because there's supposed to be a few returns in store, and I assume they're just going to be old people from Cena's past, like a JBL or something like that. I'm not sure at all where Gunther goes from here. He's had his title reign, it didn't exactly go amazing. I just feel people are not too into him, and I guess maybe this match, well, hopefully this match is gonna get people into him and understand him more. But he's not gonna get another title reign for a while, I think. Certainly not at WrestleMania. Maybe even Gunther and Brock Lesnar's the move, I'm not sure. But that about wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.